Hi, my name is Eddie Lewis. In this video, I'll be discussing the Windows 8 operating system. First, I'll start off with a brief overview of Windows 8. Next, I'll look specifically at one new feature, and I'll follow that up with two applications that I would install on Windows 8. Windows 8 is a personal computer operating system developed by Microsoft. It debuted October 26, 2012, and is part of the Windows NT operating system family. Windows 8 introduced major changes to the operating system's platform and user interface, with special emphasis placed on touchscreen input, and this was in an attempt to improve the user experience on tablets. Today, more and more people are buying tablets, and Windows wanted to move into that market with the new user interface. Some of the new features of Windows 8 include the Windows Store. It's an online store for downloading and purchasing new software. The ability to sync apps and settings between devices. Windows 8 offers USB 3.0 support. Windows 8 also comes with a brand new user interface. It offers cloud computing and also additional security features. The modern user interface displays programs and features on a grid of tiles. These tiles are dynamic and they update in real time. For example, if you had an app for news, it would display the latest headline story. An app for weather would give you an update of the forecast, and an email app can show you the number of unread messages. The modern user interface design changed to adapt Windows 8 to our new multi-device world. This is evident by the fact that the new start screen is similar to that of a Windows phone. Windows 7 versus Windows 8. In Windows 8, the Start menu has been completely removed in favor of a new full-screen interface. In Windows 7, you had the static computer icons versus the dynamic tiles of Windows 8. And also in Windows 8, the Start screen is accessible as a hotspot in the lower left corner of the screen. So if you just put your mouse down in the lower left corner of the screen, you can access the Start screen. One of the major complaints of Windows 8 when it debuted was the fact that features were hidden from the user. Windows 8 has a vertical toolbar known as Charms, and Charms provides access to system and app-related functions. It includes features like search, share, and settings. And Charms is accessible as a hotspot in the upper right corner or lower right corner of the screen. Windows 8 also has a hotspot in the upper left corner of the screen, which opens a link to the last app that was used, and this allows the user to change apps more rapidly. The modern user interface allows Windows 8 to serve as the operating system for a desktop, a laptop, or even a tablet, making Windows 8 more universal. The first application I would install on Windows 8 is called Raptor. Raptor is an acronym which stands for Rapid Algorithmic Prototyping Tool for Ordered Reasoning. And what Raptor is basically, we use this in one of my computer classes this year. It's educational software in which the user can write their own programs and execute them using flowcharts. And here we have an example of a sample flowchart for what you would do if you don't have any toilet paper. Raptor begins by opening a blank workspace with a start and end symbol, and you can see those here. The user can then add flowchart symbols for different things such as input, output, assignment, procedure call, selection, and or loop. And here we see a simple example of a flowchart in Raptor. Here we have the start symbol followed by an input symbol. Here it says enter a number, so the user will enter a number. In this case, the number is 5. Another input symbol, it says enter second number. Here the user input the number 8. And here we have an assignment box. And in this box, you assign a value to a variable. And in this case, it's C is equal to A plus B. And here we have the output box, and this displays the output for the program, which is here in the master console. You see 5 plus 8 equals 13, and then we end the program. Here we see a much more complicated flowchart in Raptor. In Raptor, the user can create programs without extensive knowledge of programming language. Raptor is designed to address problems students have with syntax errors in writing code. And this is beneficial because most students tend to be visual learners. Raptor was originally developed by and for the U.S. Air Force Academy's Department of Computer Science. Since then, it has spread and it is now used for computer science education in over 28 countries. The second app that I would install on Windows 8 is the NFL.com fantasy football app. And yes, I am a huge fantasy football fan. And for those who are not familiar with fantasy football, what it is an imaginary game where you draft players from real NFL teams, and your team is awarded points based on your players' individual statistics. And here in this chart, we see a breakdown of how one team would score for a week in a fantasy football league. For example, for every touchdown a player gets, that's worth 6 fantasy points. And for quarterbacks, they would receive 1 point for every 20 yards gained. And for wide receivers, running backs, etc., they would receive 1 point for every 100 yards gained. And this app is compatible with a host of devices, including the iPhone, the iPad, Windows Surface, also the Windows Phone and Windows 8, the iPod Touch, Android phones and tablets, and also Kindle Fire HD and HDX. Here we have a look at what the app would look like on screen. NFL.com Fantasy app offers a host of features, including live draft on the go. With this, you don't have to be sitting in front of your desktop in order to participate in your league's draft. You can also join and create leagues, which you see right here on this screen. It offers live scoring, which updates your fantasy players' scoring in real time while it's happening in the games. You can also set your lineup to sit and start players. It offers team management. Here you can add and drop players, and you can also propose and accept trades with other teams in the league. It offers news and research for injury reports and updates on player suspensions, which was a big part of the season last year. It also offers expert analysis and this is for advice on who to start and sit, and also player rankings. And finally, this app is the only app that offers in-game video highlights, and this is due to the fact that the NFL owns the rights to all their footage. And the importance of an app like this, with all the on-the-go features, is you don't have to be sitting right there at your desktop in order to make changes to your team. If a player gets injured and you need to make a last-second change, or if he's not starting for whatever reason, then you can do that from anywhere. To recap, Windows 8 modern user interface was customized to improve performance on touchscreens. The dynamic tiles that update in real time replace the static icons of Windows 7. And Windows 8 still offers more than adequate functionality for the keyboard and mouse user. The new user interface is intuitive and also user-friendly. Raptor is an educational software program which allows students to write and execute programs graphically using symbols. Raptor also assists students in overcoming their syntactic difficulties. And syntactic is a word, I looked it up, it means of or relating to syntax. The NFL.com fantasy football app is your ultimate fantasy companion at home or on the go. It's designed with both keyboard, mouse, and touchscreen controls in mind, which keeps the user in control.